Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are going to be visiting a very interesting place in the world. It is a colorful place, a beautiful place, and a place that only recently people have been able to actually go, which is kind of interesting. And it has a great name. I mean, if someone told you that a country has rainbow mountains, you would probably want to check those out.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And also would make you wonder, rainbow in what way? Does it mean that every time you go there, you get to see rainbows? Or
maybe you only see the mountains after the rain, like a rainbow.
Or maybe it has something to do with how the mountain was formed or made, and maybe there are some colors splashed in there.
I think the color thing would definitely pop into my mind, but how a mountain has the colors of a rainbow, that would be a mystery. Now, of course, when we talk about a rainbow, you know that thing in the sky. You might see it after a rainstorm. Rainbows normally have, what, 7 colors, right? Do you have a way to remember the colors of the rainbow? What's your favorite way to remember the 7 colors?
The way I always learned it was Roy G. Biv.
Mr. Biv.
Yes, and so
Roy G. Biv.
Yes, which then stands for red, orange, yellow, G for green, and then his last name is Biv. B-I-V, blue, indigo, violet.
Blue, indigo, violet. Okay, I like that one. The other one I remembered, and maybe this is more from England, Richard of York gave battle in vain.
Ooh, that
Richard
one's a lot
of York
longer.
gave battle. It is a lot longer. I think Roy G. Biv is easier to remember. But of course, those are the 7 colors that we might expect to see in Peru as we visit the famous Rainbow Mountain. So let's check it out.
People everywhere are heading to Peru to see its Rainbow Mountain. The mountain is special because it has many colorful stripes like a rainbow. They can see red, yellow, green, and even purple. The colors come from minerals in the ground.
Okay, so as we said, we are visiting a very interesting place in our story today, and we are going to Peru, and we are looking at Peru's Rainbow Mountain. So as you can tell from our title, we have some very interesting mountain that we can see, and it has something to do with a rainbow.
Exactly right. And rainbows, of course, as we mentioned, are very colorful. When people talk about all the colors of the rainbow, they're just kind of talking about beautiful colors that all sort of work together, like the rainbows in the sky that we see after a rainstorm when the sun comes out. If you're in the right place, the sun kind of falling through all of those little drops of water, it splits the light, right? Of course, when light goes through a triangle piece of glass called a prism, you create a rainbow, and that's what the sun does after the rain. So there's a rain and then bow. Well, that of course comes from the shape of a rainbow. It has that nice sort of curved shape, just like a bow and arrow. So it's a rainbow. It's colorful colors in the sky that we would see after a rainstorm. And of course, all of those colors together, just a rainbow of colors on a mountain. And of course, this is not just painted on by people. This isn't a huge piece of art. This is something natural, and it's in Peru. So let's get to our article and find out all about it. It says, people everywhere are heading to Peru to see its Rainbow Mountain. Well, that's good news and bad news. I guess good news for Peru. A lot of tourists are going there. People everywhere from all around the world are heading to or going to Peru. The bad news is it might be a little crowded. There might be lines and you'd have to wait for the bus to get there or whatever. But still, it's a wonderful thing that a lot of people around the world are excited to go and see. Why?
Why? Well, if we look at our article, it says the mountain is special because it has many colorful stripes like a rainbow. Ah, okay, so it is literally the mountain looking like a rainbow with many colors in different stripes across the mountain. And stripe, this word just means a narrow strip of a color or fabric or material that you are kind of alternating between. So you have lines like this. If you look at, for example, the American flag, you have stripes on the American flag. You have stripes on our shirt right here. See, yellow.
Not quite a rainbow.
No, not a rainbow.
Half a rainbow.
Still got some of the colors. So those are stripes going up and down, or stripes going horizontally or diagonally. It doesn't matter which direction they go as long as it's a strip and it's rotating colors or rotating fabrics or something like that.
Yeah, I always think of those referees in a basketball game, right? They have black and white stripes on their shirts. That's how you know that they're not players in the game. All right, well, let's take a little break here.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字跟文法重点。首先来看看单字的部分。Rainbow, rainbow 名词彩虹。A beautiful rainbow appeared after the rain. 雨后出现了一道美丽的彩虹。Stripe, stripe 名词条纹。The shirt has blue and white stripes. 这件衬衫有蓝白条纹。我们再来看一下文法重点。刚刚课文提到了 head to place 前往某地 head 在这里是动词，意思是朝特定方向前进。我们来看看这个例句 We will head to the airport soon 我们很快就会前往机场。接着我们回到课文当中。
And back to the article. So let's find out what kind of colors. It says they, the tourists from around the world who are going there, they can see red, yellow, green, and even purple. Whoa, those are some pretty unusual colors to see on a mountain. I mean, mountains are usually kind of gray.
Yeah.
Right? With maybe white on the top for snow.
Maybe a little bit green, but that's from the trees.
The trees, or maybe a little red from the stone. Yeah. But to see all of those colors on one mountain in one place, that would be pretty unusual. And one of those colors we mentioned there is purple. Purple is a popular color. It was long associated with royalty and rich, powerful people. I think senators in Rome used to have a purple stripe on their toga, on their clothing. Purple is easy to make if you're doing it in art class. Get some blue, get some red, smash them together. Purple! It's very, very exciting. Notice there when we talk about a rainbow mountain, we didn't mention actually all the colors of the rainbow. That's okay. Sometimes we use rainbow to just say a bunch of different colors. You know, you might go to an ice cream shop and they have a rainbow of colors there with the ice cream. You might not find a green ice cream, maybe, but it doesn't really matter if we're not talking about all the exact colors of the rainbow. When we say a rainbow, we just mean lots of different colors kind of together. But here, of course, purple would be one of the colors from the rainbow, sort of.
Yes.
Indigo, violet. Violet's kind of like a pale purple. Indigo is a bit more like purple with a bit extra blue in it.
Yes.
So there we go. But it's still very much a beautiful color. And where do these colors come from?
Well, it says the colors come from minerals in the ground.
Not an artist.
Nobody is going out every morning to paint the mountain.
That's probably good.
Yes, that would be way too costly. But these are just coming from the minerals that are already in the ground.
Cool.
And a mineral is just a natural occurring piece of material, really. And it usually ends up being something kind of like a rock. And the idea is that it's not man-made. It does occur naturally in nature. And it's not part of any kind of life. It doesn't have life in it. It's just rock or sand or granite or coal. All these types of things are called minerals. So mountains and dirt and things like that are made up of many, many, many different kinds of minerals, but usually they're kind of more uniform minerals. You have like this mountain is made mostly of maybe got granite and some other types of different rocks. But in this situation, we have several different types of minerals that have bright colors to show this kind of rainbow mountain.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 purple purple 名词紫色 The flowers in the garden are a bright purple 花园里的花是鲜艳的紫色 mineral mineral 名词矿物 Salt is a common mineral 盐是一种常见的矿物接着我们回到课文当中
Very cool, very natural, and also very unusual, which is why all of those tourists are going there to Peru. All right, we'll take a quick break, then we'll be back.
In fact, Rainbow Mountain is made up of 14 different colorful minerals. People discovered the mountain in 2013. Before then, snow covered its secret natural beauty. Visitors love to hike up Rainbow Mountain. They get to see not only the beautiful colors, but also llamas and alpacas.
Okay, we're back talking about Rainbow Mountain in Peru. When we were reading this article before, I kind of was a little bit, I had a question because I know Peru in South America, they speak Spanish.
Yes.
They probably don't call it Rainbow Mountain,
No.
which is English. But you said there is another word or another name for this place.
Yeah, so this is actually called Vinicunca.
Vinicunca.
Yes, and if you see, so if you're looking this up
Okay.
and you can't quite find Rainbow Mountain, it actually has like 4 or 5 different names.
Right, yes.
They call it like the Mountain of the 7 Colors. And
Montaña de siete colores.
yes, and then this Vinicunca
That's
name
cool.
and all these different names.
I like Vinicunca.
Yeah, and so this is kind of something that you might see because obviously this is not an English-speaking country originally, so they're going to, of course, have their own names for it. And so we have used this Rainbow Mountain because it's kind of more, it's easier to understand and kind of widely accepted. But it is not the only name for these cool mountains.
That's true. If you said Vinicunca, you might have to explain why everyone's going there. But
Yes.
Rainbow Mountain, that tells you everything you need to know. Maybe Vinicunca is from the Inca language.
That's what I'm wondering
Yeah,
because
like-
usually this hard sound isn't
Right.
in Spanish as much.
Yeah, and of course Peru is where the Inca people used to live, Machu Picchu. Of course, that famous mountain city is also there in Peru. But anyways, back to Rainbow Mountain. We talked about the colors. There's lots of different colors, maybe not all the 7 colors of the rainbow, but these are all natural colors. And it says, in fact, Rainbow Mountain is made up of 14 different colorful minerals. Now, all mountains will be made of minerals, as Sam explained, minerals, rocks, granite. This is what mountains and the earth is made of in a big way. But here they have 14 different colorful minerals, and all of these minerals have different colors, right? I think a lot of people might know sulfur, that kind of stinky one near volcanoes. That's kind of yellowish. I think copper can be kind of blue. And in fact, many fireworks, they get the colors by burning
yes,
minerals, right?
yes.
In powder. And that's how we get the reds and the yellows and the blues and the greens. So these minerals do naturally have colors. And this mountain is just special because so many different minerals with these bright colors are all there in one place. Very special. It says people discovered the mountain in 2013. What do you mean? It was there for billions of years.
Or maybe it just popped up.
Maybe it was just cloudy and everyone just like, well, whatever. But apparently this was something that was unknown to people before 2013. So that's quite amazing. If you discover something, this verb is basically to talk about going there as a person and seeing or experiencing something for the first time. Of course, as we said, the earth knew about the mountains. The mountains are billions of years old. But if people don't go there and see it and talk about it, record it, take pictures of it, and then tell everyone else about it, then you can't really say it's been discovered. But of course, if Christopher Columbus discovered America, well, people had been living in America for thousands of years, but Christopher Columbus went home and said, hey, I found a new place. I've discovered something. Or, as a scientist, you could actually see something or go to a place like going to the moon or something like that and finding something that no one has done before. But basically, we're talking about seeing or experiencing something for the first time.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 discover 动词发现 Scientists discovered a new planet 科学家发现了一颗新行星文法的部分刚刚提到了 A is made up of B A 由 B 组成另一种常见的说法是 A is made of B A 由 B 制成我们来看看这两个例句第一个The team is made up of 5 players. 这支队伍由5名球员组成。第二个例句 This chair is made of plastic. 这张椅子是由塑胶制成的。Plastic 指的就是塑胶。接着我们回到课文当中。
Yes, and so we have this mountain has just been discovered in 2013.
That's 12 years ago.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Didn't just appear.
Even 12 years is not a long time to create a whole mountain.
That's not even close to enough time. No.
So if we think, how did this kind of just pop up?
Right.
Well, the article says before then, meaning before 2013, snow covered its secret natural beauty.
Interesting.
Yes, so this is in an area of the Andes, so it's up really, really tall, and it's usually very cold, and there's usually snow on it year-round. And so until 2013, nobody really had seen it without snow on it, so nobody knew that there were all these beautiful colors underneath. So it says it kept its natural beauty secret. This was a secret. So secret just means it's hidden. It's something that not everybody knows. It's something that is kind of kept to 1 or 2 people or maybe from everybody. So a secret is something that people or is not widely known. You could have a secret with just your friend and you don't want to tell the other friend. But this is what we have for this idea that it was all kept away from all the people. It was a secret that only the earth knew and the people didn't. And then the snow melted and now we know.
So I guess that's one good thing about global warming.
Maybe just
If
one.
global warming gives us 100 different changes to the world, 99 of them are bad, but this is one good one, so yay global warming. But still, I think it would be better for the snow to come back and the world to cool down. There's lots of other beautiful places to go in the world, like go see polar bears. Back to the article. Visitors love to hike up Rainbow Mountain. Visitors, tourists, people from around the world, I'm sure people from Peru also go there to hike up the mountain. It's true. You don't just have to stand back and look and take pictures and go, wow. You can actually go to the mountain, go up the mountain, hike up the mountain. When we talk about hiking, we're talking about walking over rough ground, rough, hilly ground. You don't really hike in the middle of the city, but you could hike through a park, right? You wouldn't hike in Taipei City, but you could go to Yanmingshan and go hiking up the mountains there. So we can hike through some forests. That's like walking through sort of a rough, natural environment. But if there's a lot of up and a lot of down, like hills and mountains, if you're in Switzerland or Tibet or somewhere like that, you might say, I'm hiking up this mountain, or I'm just hiking in the mountains. I'm walking over rough ground. Wear good shoes.
我们来看一下刚刚课文里提到的单字 secret 形容词隐秘的鲜为人知的 They held a secret meeting at the office 他们在办公室举行了一个秘密会议文法的部分刚刚提到了 hike up 爬上登上意思相近于 climb up 我们来看看这个例句 We hiked up the hill to enjoy the view 我们爬上山丘欣赏风景接着我们回到课文当中
So we all, as we get back to our article, it says they get to see not only the beautiful colors, but also llamas and alpacas.
Alpacas?
Yes, so these are the people who are going up to Rainbow Mountain.
Yes.
They also get to see some animals, some llamas and some alpacas.
Very cool. Llamas are the ones who are mean and spit at you.
Yes.
Alpacas are the smaller ones that are a little furry and cuter.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
But really, they look very similar. They got long necks and kind of a longer body, and they're covered in fur.
A South American mountain camel.
Yes.
Kind of a weird, interesting, kind of cute animal, but llamas do spit.
Yes.
I heard they're actually kind of nasty. All right, let's take a break there for today, but we're going to be back tomorrow with Rainbow Mountain or Montaña de Siete Colores or...
Vinicunca.
I like that one. I just like Vinicunca.
Vinicunca.
Makes me happy to say it. Take care, everyone. We'll see you back here soon. Until then, adios.
People everywhere are heading to Peru to see its Rainbow Mountain. The mountain is special because it has many colorful stripes like a rainbow. They can see red, yellow, green, and even purple. The colors come from minerals in the ground. In fact, Rainbow Mountain is made up of 14 different colorful minerals. People discovered the mountain in 2013. Before then, snow covered its secret natural beauty. Visitors love to hike up Rainbow Mountain. They get to see not only the beautiful colors, but also llamas and alpacas.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，rainbow 名词彩虹 ，purple 名词紫色 ，discover 动词发现 ，secret 形容词隐秘的、鲜为人知的 ，stripe 名词条纹 ，mineral 名词矿物。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，head to place 前往某地 ，the kids are heading to the library。孩子们正前往图书馆。A is made up of B，A 由 B 组成。另一种常见的说法是 A is made of B，A 由 B 制成。The team is made up of both students and teachers。该团队由学生和老师组成。This table is made of wood。这张桌子是木质的。Hike up， 爬上、登上。It didn't take Kira long to hike up the hill. Kira 没有花太久时间就爬上山顶。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Hey Shane, have you seen the latest post from this singer? I've been reposting and replying to all her tweets non-stop.
Wow, you're really into her music, huh?
Into her music? No, I'm way past that. I'm a total stan. I've got all her albums, been to all her concerts, and I even have a fan account dedicated to her.
Stan. Isn't that a bit intense?
Hey, standing is just showing passionate support for someone you admire. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. I just don't want you to go too overboard with it.
Do I look like I'm overboard?
No, you look cool.
Okay.
You like her?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the term stan.
That's right. A stan derived from the American rapper Eminem's song of the same name, referring to an extremely passionate fan of a particular celebrity or artist.
So if you are a stan of someone, you might follow every update, share their content, attend their concerts, or even collect their merchandise.
But while being a stan shows you're really dedicated, it's important to remember that everyone has their own boundaries.
Exactly. Stanning should be fun and respectful, so it shouldn't involve invading someone's privacy or attacking other fans.
Here's how you can use the word. My friend is the biggest stan of this band. He posts about them all the time on social media.
Or she's such a stan of that pop star. Her room is covered with posters and merch.
Just remember, it's all about balance. Support your idol, but always respect boundaries.
Absolutely. And that's all for today.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.